In our Sunrise Smart Start, one person has died after a hit and run over the weekend.
Police responded to the intersection of Brown and Broad Street Sunday night around 9 o'clock for the report of a pedestrian struck there. Police found a 54-year-old man lying in the road. Witnesses say he was hit by a car which fled the scene. The man was taken to the hospital where he later died. The investigation continues. If you have any information, you're asked to please call 911.
Rochester police are looking for a missing man, 30-year-old Jonathan Maldonado, last known to be in the area of 799 North Clinton Avenue in Rochester last Friday. He was last seen wearing a red baseball hat, a multicolored T-shirt, and red sneakers. His family says it's uncommon for him to go more than a day without contacting them. If you have information about where he is, you're asked to call 911.
And Gates police are asking for your help locating a missing endangered person. Take a look at the picture. Officials say 56-year-old David Kuhn is 5'10" and weighs about 210 pounds. Police say he was last seen driving a tan 2002 Chrysler Sebring four-door sedan with a New York license plate number KPJ 4906. Anyone with information is asked to call 911. Well, today the U.S. is ramping up evacuations out of Kabul as thousands of U.S. citizens and Afghans try to flee the country.
Joined again this morning by Washington correspondent Raquel Martin, live in D.C. Raquel, good morning. What is the Pentagon saying about the evacuation efforts?
Well, the Pentagon says they're definitely ramping up efforts to try and get as many Afghans and American citizens out. The last count they gave yesterday was they're going to try to get at least 9,000 people on flights every day. They say they want to have a flight going out each hour. Now, one of the issues right now, though, is will the Taliban cooperate? We know there's been reports on the ground suggesting that they've been blocking people's access getting to the airport. The State Department weighed in on this yesterday, saying that if you do not feel safe coming to the airport, to shelter in place. But again, we're still waiting to see if the Taliban and the U.S. are cooperating on this effort, and they really haven't given us much assurance. We know at the Pentagon yesterday they said they were talking to the Taliban to ensure access to the airport, but we'll see in the coming days if that really does come to fruition.
All right. Thank you so much, Raquel, for that. Few, if any, world leaders have recognized the Taliban as the leaders of Afghanistan. Several have said they have no intention of ever doing that. The White House says the G7 will meet next week to talk about the situation in Afghanistan.
In other news this morning, the death toll from Saturday's earthquake in Haiti is nearing 2,000 people. Many homes and businesses in some of Haiti's largest cities have been destroyed, forcing many to camp out in the streets. Roads in some areas completely cut off because of rubble and swollen rivers. Some are being carried for 2 days to seek medical attention. The Pentagon announcing the U.S. will send a joint task force to aid with humanitarian efforts there. The search for survivors has been severely hampered, however, by Tropical Storm Grace, which is now on its way to Mexico.
Tropical Storm Fred bringing more damage to the southeast. Take a look at this, including a tree through a roof. This is in Georgia. The storm system knocking down trees and power lines. Heavy rain also toppling trees in the western part of North Carolina.
Well, rain, a big part of the story as we catch the remnants of Fred around these parts, James.
Yeah, definitely. And that damage, actually, this storm system, Fred, has a history of producing tornadoes. I don't think we're going to see that around here. We'll get the rain out of it, though. Running forecast, and maybe you're trying to get out before the rain. You got about, I would say, 20 minutes or so, especially if you're along Lake Ontario. Likely going to run into rain showers if you're going on a jog this morning. It is muggy out there as well. So we'll start off just with generally light rain, I think, for the next hour or two, and then moderate to heavy rain as we get into the afternoon, maybe even a couple of thunderstorms in there as well. There is a flood threat. Focus will be in the Finger Lakes, Yates County. Once you get southern Livingston County as well, we'll break down the 8-day forecast at the end of the show.
All right, James, thank you. Let's check the roads with our Sunrise traffic. One accident to pass along at this hour. It is in Gates on Brooks Avenue at Deep Rock Road. 390, 490, and 590 still up to speed at last check.
Now for the latest on COVID-19, Governor Cuomo mandated all healthcare workers be vaccinated by the end of September. But what does this mean legally?
Carmela Boykin alive this morning with more on this. Carmela, good morning.
Good morning, Mark. Good morning, Leah. Section 16 mandates that all healthcare workers are required to receive a vaccine, with limited exceptions for those with religious or medical reasons. Now, this includes workers in nursing homes, long-term care facilities, and other group care settings. I spoke with legal expert Michael Berger, who says successful opposition will need to prove that the mandate infringes on an individual's rights.
It's going to depend largely on the science and the reasonableness of the request and whether it intertwines with other rights. So, for instance, we all have rights not to divulge our personal medical history and not to be discriminated against and to have reasonable accommodations made where we have a disability.
And Berger says while Kathy Hochul hasn't made any public statement about the mandate yet, it will likely carry over when she takes over the office. Reporting in Rochester, Carmela Boykin, News 8. Mark and Leah.
Carmela, thank you. Healthcare workers will be required to have a first dose of the vaccine by September 27th.
With COVID vaccine booster shots expected to be recommended this week for all Americans, many are wondering what the rollout will look like. Those shots will reportedly be recommended 8 months after the second dose. This as the Delta variant continues to surge. Last week, the FDA said transplant recipients and other immune-compromised patients can get a third dose of the Pfizer or Moderna vaccines. One local health official says the booster shots should be administered to those most vulnerable first.
Older adults who live in nursing homes got the vaccine first. The vaccine was brought to them at the nursing home, and that obviously needs to happen again for the booster shots. And then in the county, we had doctors' offices giving the boosters, pharmacies, but we also had a lot of public access points, Convention Center, the Fleet Center, the Dome Arena.
Health experts also say if you're already vaccinated, there's no need, they say, to panic or rush for that third shot. Doctors say those vaccinated already have a solid level of protection, and the focus should still be on getting some people their first dose of the vaccine.
Well, let's get a look at our Family First segment now. With school beginning in just a couple of weeks, doctors say now is a great time to schedule your child's well visit.
Pediatricians say regular well visits are really important to track your child's growth and development. Dr. Charlotte Lofgren says many parents are surprised recently to learn how much weight their children have gained during the pandemic. She says a lot of people have been avoiding the doctor's office.
We're really trying to get that message out now that it's perfectly safe to come to the doctor. One of the most important things I think that well childs can do as well is establish a trusting relationship with your pediatrician. If they end up having something like a mental health crisis, for us to already know them and know their personality, and for them to be comfortable with us makes it so much easier to talk about those issues when they already have that trust with us.
She also encourages parents to talk with their pediatricians about the COVID vaccine. And if you haven't already, doctors recommend you schedule that well visit as soon as possible because they say appointments are really filling up fast ahead of the new school year.
Let's get a look at what some folks are talking about at the water cooler. Fans of Girl Scout cookies, listen up. The organization announcing its new Adventurefuls cookie. That will join the nationwide lineup for the 2022 Girl Scout cookie season. It is brownie inspired with a caramel flavored cream and a hint of sea salt.
Ooh.
But you're going to have to wait. Cookie season doesn't officially begin here in Western New York until December.
That's just not fair. I thought that was
look forward to.
Peanut butter in there, but that's not. What did they say that is?
Did not hear that.
No, I know. It looks like it, but it's
Sure,
not.
it'll be delicious.
Check the
looks
ingredients.
Good. It's caramel. Okay.
Okay, there you go. It's caramel. If you're having maybe a little bit of snack on the drive, you want to focus on those wet roads that we've got around the region. Temperatures hanging in the 70s for your drive caster. You can see those windshield wipers moving. That'll be the case as we get throughout the afternoon. Flood threat is still there. Focus is in the Finger Lakes, especially overnight into early Thursday morning. So obviously don't drive over any flooded roadways. Make sure to check those sump pumps. Make sure those flood watches are going up. Mark, Leo.
All right. Thank you so much. And thank you for watching News 8 at Sunrise.
Our next update coming up in 30 minutes. CBS This Morning is up next on this Wednesday. Have a great day.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, Twitter, and on our app for news and weather.